I'm Ali at Heal Yourself Happy, and today it's Fast Food Friday and I'm going to be cooking one of my comfort dishes. Unfortunately, I've been struck down with a bug this week, so I haven't been able to eat very much over the last couple of days, and what I really want is comfort food. And sometimes that to me is like bread and sweets and everything like that, and I've been really trying to refrain from having those sorts of foods which I know will exacerbate what's going on in my tummy, a little bit of gastroenteritis. And when you've got that and when you're recovering, what you should really do is steer clear of anything that's really processed, anything that's too dairy, anything that's too difficult for you to digest, and it should just be really comforting on your tummy. What you should be having is lots of greens, so that is what I'm going to make myself tonight, and I'm going to cook this really yummy pasta pesto with lots of really lovely green veggies. Now there's only me here tonight because James is away cycling and the boys are actually at school for tea. But I'm going to make enough so I can have some more with them tomorrow night, because I know that they love this dish as well. Pasta pesto is so delicious and it's really quick and easy, and then add a few bits and bobs and it's just tasty, and I'm going to make it colourful as well. So first off, really quick and really simple, this dish. So in a NutriBullet or a blender, you are going to need, when I'm talking through this, it's a recipe for just two, because there'll be enough for me tomorrow or the boys tomorrow. But what I'll do is I'll post the recipe cards that will have enough for you to do 4, or you can double up. Anyway, so I'm going to start. I've got 60 grams of cashews in here, but you can use anything. So these are raw cashews, you can use raw Brazil nuts, or you can use walnuts. Those are really good. I can't eat walnuts or hazelnuts, so I'm going to go with cashews, which I can. So I'm going to pop those in my NutriBullet. And then I've got 30 grams of pine nuts, and they're going to go in there as well. I missed the NutriBullet. Now I'm just going to whiz those up quickly, so do those first before we grab anything else in, so excuse the noise. So we've got those blended. Right, so that's the base of your pesto. Now there's some other real key ingredients that need to go in here as well. So always basil. So I've got the remnants of a basil plant here that I'm just going to pick the leaves off. Look, not much left, but we'll put what we've got left. So a handful, I would say, of basil leaves. So I'm just going to pick all the remaining ones off my plant here. Good to use everything up. Get another one tomorrow. Right, so a nice handful of basil in there. And then you can either use spinach or rocket. So I'm going to use spinach, and I'm going to put a nice big handful of spinach in there. But as I said, you could use rocket if you wished. And I'm dropping everything on the floor. So pop those in there. Classic pesto, always a bit of garlic, so I'm just going to use 1 garlic clove here for this portion size, but you can put as much as you like in, depending on how garlicky you like things. Then we're going to add the juice of a lemon, so just squeeze that in. Oops. And then the next thing I'm going to put in here is an avocado. This makes it just so delicious and creamy. And also it's a really good fat. We've talked about good fats before, I know, in many of the videos that I've talked to you about. It's good for your skin, good for your hair, good for your nails, but also really good for your brain function, and it's just good as well. If you're on a weight loss diet, then an avocado is a good fat. So it's just telling you need fat to survive, but you need the good fats, and this is a really good source of good fat. So I'm going to put an avocado in here, a small avocado I'd say for 2 people. If you're cooking this for 4, then I would say 1.5 maybe. So that goes in there. And then we need about 4 tablespoons of olive oil. So I'll just count that in 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't do much measurements for me. There we go, so about that in there, and then I'm just going to whiz that all up, and that's your pesto sauce done. I shall do that in a minute. I've got some pasta cooking already. I've got some of this lovely whole wheat pasta, because I love the nuttier flavour and texture, but you can also go for gluten-free. My little boy is gluten-free, so you can have a rice-based pasta. Or also, these are really good that we've really enjoyed. So you can have, I've got these from Morrison's, so you can get them from most supermarkets now, but this is a green pea fusilli, and then this one, I've got a red lentil red lentil one. So they're both gluten free and they can add some really good fibre and also with red lentils some good protein. So choose your flavour of pasta that you want to use. Mine is cooking and that'll be ready in just a minute. So the next thing that we need to do is add the veggies. So you can either just have your pasta pesto as it is, but I want to add some extra greens in because greens are just really, really good for the polyphenols, the antioxidants. I've obviously got myself run down. And then just get some really good fibre into my body. And I'm just going to use the greens that I've got left in my kitchen, in my fridge before my next shot. So I'm going to use a courgette, which I need to wash, excuse me about that. So I'm just going to slice these up into rounds. So really fine rounds like that. And then all I'm going to do is stir fry these. That's probably enough for me. I'm just going to put this, no, I'm going to use, how exciting, my new kitchen hob, because the Aga is going to be turned off shortly, and while it's been too cold we haven't turned it off, so excuse me while I work out how to turn this on. So I've worked out how to turn it on. I'm just going to put a little drizzle of olive oil in my pan, and then I'm just going to just slightly stir fry these lovely courgette rounds in there, and then I've also got a few mange cubes which I'm going to put in as well, just for a little bit of extra greens. Now the other things you can use, and I've loved and I've used in the past but have run out of, it's lovely to put tender stem broccoli in here, just slice those in half, just do those for a little stir fry. Again, asparagus tips, that's also beautiful, just cut those in half and do them a quick stir fry. And then I'm going to put that all together in one dish. So we've got the pasta, I've got these lovely veg, I've got some peas actually because I adore peas, they're my real comfort food and really sweet. And then we're going to put the pesto over, and then I'm going to add some colour. So I'm going to put some little cherry tomatoes on the top and just a sprinkle of feta cheese just to give it, I don't know, just that lovely little flavour, but that's totally optional if you want. So I'm just going to let these cook off for a minute and then I'll come back and I will show you how you put it all together. Right, so here we go. Here is my bowl of, it's rather a lot actually, I must be quite hungry or I'll keep some for leftovers tomorrow, but here's my bowl of pasta with my cooked peas. Next thing I'm going to do is add some of my pesto. Now it took me a little while to whiz this up in my NutriBullet, you have to keep poking it down and you might need to add just a little bit more olive oil depending on how much, how big your avocado was and also how much spinach you put in. So I'm going to put a nice dollop of the pesto in here, so I've got plenty left for tomorrow. And I'm going to mix that through, sorry about that, right, just mix that through the warm pasta. Make sure all nicely coated. Right, and then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add, so I've done my veggies, so they're nice and lightly stir fried. I'm going to put those over the top, mix those in, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a few cherry tomatoes on because I love a green dish, but I always like to add a little bit of colour, so I'm going to add a few cherry tomatoes just to add a bit of colour. Maybe 4 or 5 or so. Oops, lost one. So just to add a little bit of colour. And then if you wish, I'm going to use some feta. Just a little bit, just to be careful on my tummy. But you could use feta or goats or mozzarella. All would be lovely. I just love the kind of salty flavour of a little bit of feta. So we'll sprinkle that on. I'm going to add a little bit of salt, oops, a little dash of pepper, and now I'm going to take myself off to go and eat that. If you like the recipe, then the recipe cards will be up on the Heal Yourself Happy Hub, and if you're watching this through YouTube, then please do come and join us on the Heal Yourself Happy Hub, where you can get all of the information. You just need to go to my website, healyourselfhappy.com, and look for the online group membership, and you can join us through the links there. Enjoy, have a lovely, wonderful Friday.